Hi there, Reject Nation. I'm Greg.
I'm John.
We are going to check out this trailer, considering E3 is going on. The new Valhall official Siege trailer.
Yeah, this was sent to us by the team at Blackrose Arts. Shout out to the man Andrew over there. They are a small development team, only 12 people. They spend a lot of time on this, so I'm excited to check it out.
They paid us $40,000 to watch this trailer.
Oh, yeah. All from their Indiegogo, just going straight to us.
So make sure to contribute to their Indiegogo, because the more contributions they get, right back into our pocket.
It's like a second Patreon. Nah, but seriously, these guys are cool.
And this video had 830,000 views and getting a very, very positive response. So we were like, all right, let's check this out.
The wolf laid in the skin is never as hungry as the wolf fighting to survive. To all of you fighting battles alone, remember our ancestors in the harsh wilderness.
Oh. Nice. Come on.
Reminds me of that episode of Vikings we saw. Ooh. Midgard.
We're going against the grain, battling the naysayers. Better fight and fall than to live without hope. You might learn to survive and not let your worries and hopelessness stand in your way. Be mighty and keep strong. Be mighty.
Whoa!
The road is hard, but go you must. For he who has traveled far and endured well is led to the greatest end of the journey. Be mighty and keep going.
Oh, you can switch between POV.
Be mighty and keep going. It will be worth it in the end. And if you stand by your own trial and not by what others say, the right folk and people will show up in your life. You won't be a lone wolf forever. Get out there and hunt it down.
Nice.
Woo.
Hey guys, this is Blackrose Arts. We are a small, fully independent team working day and night in crunch mode on our communities and our dream Viking game. Valhall, a name anglicized from Old Norse, is now in the beginning of its journey. This is important to understand. What we are making is not a sword simulator. Just imagine the huge potential of the 9 worlds of Viking mythology, combined with great combat and multiplayer battles. We're very excited about the depth of the Norse mythology and want to develop each world in the best way. At this stage, all our budget stems from crowdfunding, the sum of which you can check for yourself on our Indiegogo page. We were going to launch the first of our closed tests last summer, but were delayed by server problems, which have now been solved. We realized that we hadn't achieved the quality of work that we want to show to the world. As such, we continued the development process, and our loyal backers supported us. Thank you guys. You can take a look at our very first trailers or old dev blogs to compare our progress with the current content and see where we are going. Now we're working at the most important part of our journey, Combat System 2.0, which will feature in the beta test. Please keep in mind that while some of the shown mechanics are implemented, some are still not finished and aren't representative of their final game state. Our game is about Vikings, and the new combat is designed to fit this theme. First of all, that means it focuses on dynamic and free combat. With the left mouse button, you can perform different sweeping attacks according to the direction you move your mouse. Not only the angle, but the type of attack itself will be completely at your control.
Cool.
This makes combat more diverse. Each type of weapon has its own optimal distance. Valhall can be played from a first or third person perspective.
Nice.
We aim to achieve a set of animations that looks accurate and immersive for the Viking period and controls well as well. Parrying is great, however, dynamic dodging in any direction can give you even more options to win the battle and proves to be an even more effective strategy. To dodge, press any move button and the dodge button simultaneously, and you will expend a certain amount of stamina. However, it can help you to avoid
50%
enemy
of your
attacks
stamina
and begin your own
goes to
counterattacks.
dodging.
Vikings are extremely strong and agile warriors. Use the game's sliding mechanics to your advantage as to break up your attacks to catch your opponent off guard. Vikings mostly used longbows, and as you might expect, they didn't have any crosshairs to help them along. There will be no crosshairs available for bows in Valhall, only your bow, your arrow, and the enemy. The strength and distance your arrow flies with is also determined by the amount you pull back your bowstring. There is an automatic breath holding. It will start when you stop moving for 2 seconds, and after 5 seconds of staying still, the bow will stop swaying. All these features, such as sway, no crosshairs, and a first-person camera view, were thought over after we received your feedback from our initial trailers, since a big part of the community had expressed concerns about abusing the archery mechanics. We decided to improve the realism of archery in Valhall and make it a more hardcore and realistic experience.
Archery is
One of our
very
most
difficult.
appreciated features, no third-person peeking, is well underway.
And it
As
looks
we have
so
already
easy.
showed before, there won't be a problem with third-person peekers in Valhall during any competitive multiplayer game which supports both camera views. This decision will let you focus on each battle without needing to worry about who's hiding behind a wall and make the game more fair in general. We are aiming to provide immersion with a minimalistic HUD to allow you to focus on the battle unfolding before you. In this video, the HUD has been removed entirely for the sake of cinematics. Being able to control your stamina and energy levels is paramount to your success in battle. As your stamina drains, your movements will be slower and less effective. Sometimes we face situations when your opponents try to run away from battles, eluding you of your hard-earned victory. To combat this, we have decided that the best way to deal with such cases will be to tie speed and health together. The lower the health, the lower the speed. The funding we have received immediately goes into use, bringing the game closer and closer to the point all of us want to see it at.
What do you eat, though?
Being a backer, you're making a contribution
Get your own
which becomes an integral part of the future of the game. We keep our community updated on the improvements we make and the changes that we plan to implement as much as we can. Our aim is to build a strong relationship with our backers. We have implemented several forms of communication, primarily using the interactive development board to see the game players want to come to fruition. If you check our Indiegogo page updates, you will see that it works. We frequently ask for community opinion via a number of short votes and polls in Discord, which are often about gameplay features. For example, some time ago, the community decided to remove the arrow camera feature, and even remove the horns from all standard helmets at the community's request. We're launching our alpha test under a non-disclosure agreement. It is very important to know we have chosen to do this as an answer to the requests on part of our backers. Our position is set. We will not release to the public anything less than a polished game, and we don't want to rush it. However, we respect our community and decided to let the backers who became a part of the development process and wants to try out the game in any state do that only under NDA right now. Please keep in mind, this alpha is absolutely not how we want the players to see our game for the first time. We are sharing the old
And never
build
tell
to
anyone.
let backers who are interested about any state of Valhall check out the sandbox mode while we're still working on beta. We never intended to release or sell the alpha, and it wasn't included to the perks descriptions of Indiegogo. We have given it to everyone with access to the beta for free. Just a friendly warning, however, the current alpha build is too early and hardly playable. If you want to get a great first impression, we recommend waiting till the beta test launch. The date for the beta launch in a state we're preparing now is not set yet. We made the schedule fairly flexible. It can take 1.5 or even 3 months. Meanwhile, we and our backers who understand the purpose of alpha will be testing some features from beta and adding them to the sandbox mode. To speed up the development of Valhall, we utilize some third-party assets. For example, we are using high-quality photo-scanned models, which make photorealism possible in real time. What you see is running with very high FPS on a gaming computer. The Battle Royale mode has less graphics detail for sake of the optimization, but still looks pretty good. The game will have settings for low-end PCs as well. Valhall is not a pay-to-win game. However, there are cosmetics which will allow you to look like a boss on the map. These items will never give you an unfair advantage and are purely cosmetic. We pay a lot of attention to the details of our items, and many of them were forged by the artists who are the best dwarven blacksmiths from Neo-Evalir. The Battle Royale setting in Valhall makes sense. Here, brave warriors fight for whole eternity. Since we set our map in the afterlife, dying doesn't actually cost you anything, and the respawn mechanic will be well integrated to the lore within the Bifrost. What is more, Siege
pretty
mode
cool.
will appear first as the warm-up mode. Your spirit will move organically to the Vigrid battlefield. More information about it will be available in our next Indiegogo updates. Feel free to share your suggestions with us via our interactive desk and Discord server. While we're finishing up the new combat system, you have a great opportunity to become a part of our Viking family during its early stages, which means a lot of cool bonuses and being one of the amazing people who makes Valhall come to life. Skull.
Oh, snap. Oh.
They're gonna have some dragons.
Jeez, Daenerys is coming. That's right.
Daenerys is coming. Drogon is not gonna kill who he should, but instead burn Cher. That looks great for such early stages of a video game. Independent company putting this bad boy together all through crowdfunding. That's very impressive what they've done.
Yeah, definitely.
I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse.
I've
That's
seen-
really good. That's pretty damn good stuff. For
Stuff that's dropping to consoles that doesn't look as good as this does.
Yeah.
Well, and even though not all of the graphics are obviously done and everything, there were some of those moments, especially out in the forest, where like the motions of the camera with your character and the backgrounds and stuff, especially when they brought up the forest and the way they had like photorealistic backgrounds that can move in real time. Like I thought that really came through.
I like their attention to detail in terms of making sure you're living in this, not just world, but the lore as well. It's not all going to be realistic to a certain degree. I mean, they tease a dragon at the end of this. They talk about the realms, the mythology of it all. So integrating some of the mythos, but it's taking as much historical accuracy as possible in terms of environment, what the limitations were, like when they were specifying the bow and arrow usage. I like the combination of like detail on how a human body would essentially work with the speed. If your health is low, your speed is lower. I wish
Stamina,
I
stuff
wish
like
we
that.
covered a little bit of rations, how you eat. I'm always fascinated by that in
Or
games
like
like this.
medicine, if you have
Yeah.
to. They said it's in the afterlife, but is there an ability to heal yourself if you don't have like a critical injury or something?
Making sure the gameplay feels authentic, as if you are an actual Viking member. The violence looks really cool.
Yeah.
I love the specific dynamics you can do per weapon, how each one's gonna be a different kind of movement. It's not all gonna just feel like the same thing. Is this a PC?
Yeah, I get the, at least first and foremost. I don't know if it'll port out to any place else, but PC for the start, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's
Yeah.
awesome to let us get early access to it too.
Oh yeah, well, and I love just the idea. I mean, you know, video games are more popular than ever, and it seems the relationship that they're able to cultivate with the people who are really into this game and into the potential for it is cool, because, you know, it seems like they truly do have their own independent operation with their own kind of market testing abilities, you know,
Yeah.
through their Indiegogo, taking feedback. Like, that's inspiring to me, because a game is such a huge undertaking and oftentimes a big purchase too. If you have like an actual dialogue with the people who are going to be spending all that time in your game,
Yeah.
that seems like a pretty cool thing. And it seems, at least from what they've laid out here, like it's going to help the game to be as good as it can be.
Yeah, man, they got rid of those fucking horns.
Yeah, what gives, man?
Shitty horns.
Don't lead with the horns.
Look at the horns. What kind of
Cosmetic upgrades.
what kind of game do you think we're trying to play here? I want fucking horns.
Yeah. Plus, you know, I love the mythology angle, and I like the historical angle too. There's an obvious little inkling of, like, anytime you go back into historical times and you go into history, you think of Assassin's Creed, but it'll
Yeah.
be nice to have another game where you can explore that in a different setting with a different tonal aesthetic and
Yeah.
sensibility.
I know this is being pitched as a battle royale. I would like it if they could upgrade, change everything you're doing, and implement like some type of story campaign mode.
I want to set up a village. I want to
Yeah.
raise a family. I don't want to fight anybody as a Viking. I just want to be a Viking settler. Can I find Minnesota?
The great thing about this game, of like why I'm asking for things to be a part of it, is because there's so much potential for this to be something that can truly be a bit of a landmark for an independent video game. This totally can lend itself to some kind of really cool story. I mean, especially if you have like a show like Vikings. People love shows like Game of Thrones, which I know is not Vikings territory, story, but it's a little around the same time period.
Swords and sandals.
Yeah. And on ships and everything.
Bows and arrows.
Can you customize characters? Yeah. I feel like there's so many options you could do with this. I'm excited for this. This seems like it could be a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, man. And also, I mean, just as a small thing, I love that you can shift between first and third person POV, because that ability in any game like this combat-based game is a lifesaver.
All right, guys. Well, there's a link in the description box to their Indiegogo page. There's a link in the description box to watch this whole video trailer / pitch in full screen. Please do that as soon as you can. You guys can subscribe to the Reject Nation. Click that notification bell. Let us know what you think about this footage, and we'll catch you guys soon.